The deadline in this sector for voluntary presentation at the experimental center is 6 o'clock.
You're supposed to be an artist. Use your imagination.
Oh, thanks a lot. I'm all out.
What's happening, everybody? Shelton J. Think About a Radio Tuesday, straight from the streets. And you know what time it is. If not, go grab your watch, clock, or whatever device that you use to tell the time. Cause it is time for Straight from the Streets. And I have no other than my heavy hitters in the building with me, Mr. Brandon Whitting, Mr. Vincent Booker, and we're gonna have a round table discussion on some things that's gonna make you think about it. Can you dig it? My brother, what's happening?
Oh, man, what's good with you, bro?
Man, I'm good, man. My wife say I come in too loud sometimes. She be like, you coming in like, rah, 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 think about the radio, rah.
Yeah, got that energy. Got that energy, bro. Oh, good. Yeah.
Man, when you able to live a dream, right? Something that's been on your mind, something that you've been thinking about, something that's been like just eating at you for a long time, right? When you able to do that, man, yeah, I'm coming in with excitement. I'm coming in with passion. I'm coming in with energy because I feel real good about this thing, man. Just think about a radio, right. This straight from the streets. Oh, yeah, it's something I really get excited about. So it's all good. Right. But well, you know what? I'm sorry. Before I go off on my little tangent or whatever, my brothers, how you guys doing? Introduce yourself to the people, Mr. Whiting first, and then Mr. Booker, and then give your contact information, and then you know how we do. We get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. Let's eat.
That's right. Yes, sir. Man, that's I feel you too on that, bro. Because every time I write a song, man, you know what I mean. I'm that much closer to the studio, a chapter from my book. So I feel you. I become the forward changes, but yeah, man, my name is Brandon Whiting. I'm a friend of Shelton. I'm a friend of Vincent on Facebook. My contact information is brandon20@gmail.com. Again, brandon20@gmail.com. You know, I had a moving thing, trying to get off the ground, a moving company, Beef Moving Company. If you're interested in moving, just contact me through Facebook, send me a message, and we'll talk business, you know what I mean? So then, like I said, we got the music coming. Me and Vincent, he already put it out there for Shelton within the next 30 days, right?
Yes, sir.
So to wrap this CD up, so it ain't gonna be no thing though, because you know we got it down. So, but through the motivation speaking, I'm trying to get something, you know, connected with the school. So anybody, you know, interested in motivation speaking, and just all of us, you know, together. So let us know, man. We down. So
no doubt.
I just want to put that out there.
No doubt, no doubt. Mr. Booker, what's going down with you, my brother?
How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? I'm Vincent Booker. I'm a friend of Brother Brandon White and Shelton, Thornberry Jr. on Facebook, man. And my contact information, my email address is intellectual with 2 L's in the back. That's how it's 2 L's. INTELLECTUAL71@gmail.com. And y'all can reach me directly on my cell at 469-329-9821. And yeah, also, man, like Brandon said, we got a CD we're trying to get off the ground, and we have it done for y'all, man, the next 30, 45 days. You know what I mean? We're a lot of pressure with that one. And man, we're just trying to support each other, you know, trying to get everything going, man. And you know what I'm saying? Shelton got a lot of things going out. Brandon, y'all brothers got some stuff going on, man. Salute y'all brothers, man, for, you know, keeping it positive, man. And, you know, just having to be a part of the show, man. You know what I mean?
No doubt, no doubt. Well, I appreciate you guys' time. You know, again, think about a radio. It's all about effective networking. Keep on pushing enterprises. Effective networking. Can you dig it? This whole thing is about just putting the what we talk about, put it into action. You know, think about a radio is about the mindset, how you're thinking. How do you think about what do you do? You know, do you put any thought, any action? Do you talk to yourself? Do you encourage yourself? Do you teach yourself? Do you learn from yourself? You know, what are we doing on an everyday basis? Are we just spewing what we've been told? Are we just spewing the narrative that's been said before us? Are we able to think for ourselves? And so that's why this platform platform is so important and such a enjoyment for me to do, because it's sparking conversations that we normally don't have, but we have this brain and we need to use it. A paradigm shift is necessary. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's absolutely necessary for the paradigm shift, man. So I speak to the mind. I speak to the intellectual side of us, the side that connect us to everything. Because without that, man, it's a done deal. What they say when you see somebody out there bad, man, they mind gone, right? You know, I can't believe she took him back after he did that, man. Her mind gone, huh? It's a terrible thing to waste. So I encourage I discourage you wasting your mind, and I encourage you to feed it, and feed it. Okay, that's my public service announcement for today, right now. But we're going to get into this marriage, right? We talked about doing a 3-part segment on this thing here, right? And I think we talked a little bit about it last week, that we were going to do something this week, right? And so the 3-part series is going to be marriage, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? And I put on the statement today when I put the promo out for it that I wasn't going to tell you guys what we're going to talk about until tonight, the night of the show. So the ugly is what we're going to talk about. And I know that goes against my brand, positivity and encouragement and all that. And I know you guys probably thought I was going to come off with the good, but this is what I'm going to do. We're going to round this thing off with the good, right? Because we all about solutions.
Right.
We all about solutions, and we all about leaving you wanting more and leaving you feeling in a good spot. But tonight, I'm not sure what spot you're going to feel or what spot we going to hit or whatever, but we talking about the ugly of marriage, right? The ugly. Right. And I believe last week, I let Mr. Vincent Booker get it in. I don't know who went first last week, because I always try to switch it up, man, because I want to be fair with this thing. Because somebody came in last week and just kicked the door wide open.
Right. I really like Vincent. Going because he be setting it off, man. He set the tone, so
no doubt.
Plus he brought on the conversation, really.
No doubt. Okay, well, Mr. Booker, since you have been voted in the office and won the public opinion, the popular vote, well, go on and say what you got to say about this ugly part of this marriage thing.
When they say ugly, man, in my personal opinion, man, ugly is defined as that's when you don't want it no more. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants nothing ugly, right? If it's considered to be ugly. You know what I mean? Nobody don't want nothing ugly, man. But I tell you, man, how it gets ugly is, it gets ugly when you look at your beginning. When you look at how we talk about marriage, y'all. We talk about marriage, and we talk about the
Hello?
Did we lose him again? He was just about to get into some stuff. Vincent.
The mindset you had.
Okay. Now, stop. No, hold on 1 second, Vincent. We lost you for a second. I think you went in a tunnel or in the bunker or somewhere. But you started off and you said marriage and it's ugly and we don't want nothing ugly. And then you disappeared. So start from there, my brother. And
okay. Right. Okay, y'all, you with me?
We can hear you now, man. Yeah, make sure you keep your left leg kicked out slightly to the left a little bit, and your arm up. That way you get that good signal.
Right on. We sorry. But what I was saying was, when it gets ugly, man, that's the final stage.
Yeah.
That's the final stage. This is when the spouses separate. The bickering over what the kids are going to be, who's going to be the custodial parents. The child support. When it gets to the ugly stage, it's a wrap. But the thing is, you got to look for the red sign in the beginning. You got to know that in the beginning. And it boils down. I would like to say this: how you started is 9 times out of 10 is how you're going to finish it. If you start out on the wrong side, 9 times out of 10 you're going to end it on the wrong side. And when we're dealing with marriage, you're dealing with a union between man and woman under God. That's the whole purpose of marriage, right? Because they say when you take up on a wife, you take up on a good thing. That's a plus for your life. So if it's not going right, something got to be wrong, because it says when you take up on one, that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you already, that's a plus. That's a plus. And like Brandon always says, when you look at that word relationship, you got the word relate and you got that word ship. Ship is something that moves. It moves.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be in a flow.
Action.
It's got to be in a
Goes.
flow. And how do you become a flow? You got to be united. That's the whole purpose of the union. And most of the times, man, it gets ugly when either both or one of them is not doing right by the Creator, man, because the Creator, God is the only thing that's going to keep man and woman in check. If there is no fear of the Creator, you cannot guarantee and promise anybody anything. You can't do that no way. So a person that doesn't have that strong faith, man, and that belief in God, I mean, you can expect for your marriage to fall in the shambles because there's nothing to keep things in order. I would like to start out by saying that.
I can dig it. Good start. Good start. Good start. Mr. Whiting?
Yeah, man, very interesting topic, as you always come with a man. But, I want to say that, like Vincent was saying, we was talking about relationship, where's it going, but I think communication, man.
Right.
And the communication, that's what really started breaking down, the relationship and makes it ugly when, we talk at each other instead of talking to each other. And, that's where a big part of it, the breakdown started. And we not even come to no common terms, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So we're not even trying to bend. We're not flexible, knowing that we two different individuals and you supposed to grow together, because, you get married, it's like planting a seed, bro. You're not gonna, every day it's not going to be the same either. So it's going to give and take. And one thing I always say, when you start going to bed mad and not praying, because if you go to bed like that, a lot of times we human, don't get me wrong, we get upset, but that's why I say one of the main components, man, is communication. And when you can't communicate, that's when it get ugly, bro. That's when it's going to get ugly, and it's going to go downhill from there. And I don't feel like, a lot of people feel like love, is going to keep you together, but that's not enough. That's not enough. That's a big part of it, but you got to have them other components as well. So I just want to start it off like that.
I like that, man.
Right?
You guys came in real strong with those starts, those starting points. Man, when I first met my wife, right, she was like, well, I'm glad, this is the real you and you're not sending a representative out, right? And then I'm finding out later that it's something totally different. I think, man, it gets ugly as we talk about the ugly aspect, right? It gets ugly when you thought you married this person,
right? Only
to find out that it's a totally different than what you thought it was, and everything that you don't like, this what this joker is, right? And it becomes an issue because as your boyfriend or, if your girlfriend, whatever the case may be, then it's okay to break up with them. You'll go through the pain and then, you'll move on and all that. But now this is your husband. This is your wife. You got people in your business, and you and Vincent just hit on it. Hey, this is a marriage in the union in front of God. You just can't walk away. But then you explaining, this is the representative. This is not the real person that I married, but you married him. So what do? Then that gets ugly because now you going home every day, being in a situation where you just can't stand to be in, but because of whatever your maybe belief is or family or even the spouse, whatever those conversations are, you got to stay there in that environment. You got to stay in some ugly, or if you do leave, then you make the feel a certain way, because the representative is who you married on the false pretenses. You got food, you got bamboozled, you got hoodwinked. So I think there should be a way out when it comes to that without any kind of ridicule and any kind of condemnation. Reason being is that those people don't live with that individual. They don't know what that person goes through, so you don't know how ugly it is. I can tell you all day long, man, Brandon, Vincent, want this. But if you're not there, you don't know. And that's pain, man. That's what a lot of people deal with. I'm not blanking in, everyone, but I think that's what a lot of people sometimes deal with that type of situation, and that can be ugly within itself, right? Because now you got to make a move, or you want to be true to the marriage, and then now you have kids or whatever. You got property, you got all these things going inside inside of you to make a decision because this is not the person that I thought I married. And then what do you do?
Right.
What do
That's
you do?
right. That's why that the honey, we got this stage called the honeymoon stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you always,